Hi, Welsh Dragon Metals here. Going to be plating some stuff in 22 karat gold once again. Already done a ball bearing here, as you can see. See that one there? And I'll be doing some other stuff, likely some nuts and maybe that spring. Maybe if there's time I could give the other one a coat as well. Be using the solution here, 22 karat gold iron. Using the usual setup. Ooh, sorry about that. Put the extractor fan on. Pop my mask on. The fumes can be pretty bad from this sort of stuff, this sort of work. It's not fun. Chemicals are full of cyanide and such. As you can see there, potassium cyanide. Just pour some of the solution in there, quite a bit this time because I want to speed up the process, which should do that. More fluid, more gold. You plate in these tiny little bolts. You see that? Simple setup. I just dunk it in there and get plating with a pen. Shouldn't take too long to adhere, since this is almost full immersion, since there is so much fluid. I've decided to use a lot. I will likely be using these nuts on wheel rims for custom RC vehicles if it comes out quite nice. We'll see. So I'll post that in the thumbnail. Should look cool. Wow, it's coming out brilliantly already. Yeah, there's an amazing sheen on that already. These will take no time at all. As I said, this is pretty much full immersion right here due to the deepness. Also, the fluid is quite warm, and so is the object that I'm plating. Seems to be the exact temperature that it needs to be, which is around 30 degrees. I wouldn't go higher than that, it'll just create more fumes. More cyanide fumes, which are incredibly bad for you. So, avoid that. Incredibly, this bolt appears to be almost done. I'll flip it round, do the other side, and then it'll be done. Sort of kitchen chemistry, I guess. So I can get that in front of the camera. There we go. Can't really see that from that angle. Looks like I'll have to focus back out. Either way, I'll show you in the thumbnail. It's a beautiful sheen on it. Just literally brushing it on, as you can see there. Nothing too complicated, but you'll want to go over it multiple times if you want a nice coating. Just give it extra brushing, extra attention in the area that you think that has less on it. That should be enough. You should minimize your exposure while doing this. Wear a mask, always wear gloves, have this extractor fan on in the background. If you can afford it, get a full on fume hood. While kind of expensive, it'll spare you the fume damage to your lungs, which will always be a slight amount when doing this sort of work. However, your body will heal, just don't do it often, not every single day, otherwise you will suffer health effects, especially without expensive equipment. Well, that one already seems to be done. Rinse it with some distilled water. Already done that. Don't know if you can see there, it has a pretty gold plate on that. I will take a nice thumbnail picture. Let's plate a big one. Got a big one here. Take a big nut. See what that's like. It's going to take quite a bit of gold to plate something of this size, but there's a lot of fluid in here. I seem to have overdone it, so might as well. Besides, that took seconds. And this one appears to also be plating quite quickly. Good. Should make for nice thumbnail images. Ooh, some of the tip is coming off there. Oh dear. Pretty sure the top of these pens is just the cut up cigarette filter. Looks like. Probably is. So if you need a source for replacement tips, filters from cigarettes will do just fine. Just make sure you cut them down, squish them in. Yes, this is plating brilliantly. Just like the other nut. I may actually do some bolts in the future, actually. That could be pretty. Thought these would be nice for some upgrades to some of my custom Apocalypse trucks. That's a different story. Nothing to do with metallurgy. Not really. Apart from the nuts, or the metal components, that is. Just one of my many hobbies. Skills, rather. Wow, there's a very nice finish on this already. Don't know if you can see that. Yep, there we go. Can you see that? Pretty. Very, very clear gold on there. Bit like that first bar that I did out of silver solder. This is a bit brighter than those crossbow bolts, actually. Although they had lots of perfections and the surface wasn't very level, as it were. It was full of pock marks and such. They were used crossbow bolts, after all. Wow, that's coming out amazing. Very, very nice plating on that. It was work fast. Well, platings, as I said, the chemicals, fumes, not bad. Well, actually are bad. Wrong way round. Yeah, pretty bad. Okay, very nice finish on that side. A little bit more work on this side. Now, along these flat surfaces, I want a nice thick plating. No gaps, no gaps. I'll be cleaning these with the jeweler's cloth. Has a chemical in it that'll bring this up quite nice. Buffing agent. Worth getting if you're going to be polishing jewellery, stuff that's gold plated like this. Silver, things like that. Turn that bolt round. Sort of scars on the edge that you connect it to. Don't know if you can see that. So you'll have to turn the crocodile clip round and replate the area that you connected to previously, as it sort of sears the plating in rather than plates it on nicely. So it leaves nasty marks, I've noticed. So make sure you get a nice even coat while you do the plating. Suppose I'm getting better at this. Done many electroplatings. Check out some of my videos. Subscribe. I have more videos than you can watch in a day. That being over 100. So have fun trying to watch them all. Nice thick plating starting to build up on here now. Wow, that is very, very gold in appearance. Well, we'll take a nice thumbnail image of them all. Attach them to some rims, most likely. This is basically like cargo for these remote control custom vehicles. They're already quite expensive, so. I may show them in another video. If you're interested in Mad Max style remote control trucks, hand painted ones. Okay, it's a brilliant coating and sheen on that. Very clear gold. Quick rinse. More distilled water. I just place them by here to dry. That little one could use a little bit more plating. It looks slightly scarred, could be wrong. I have a small ball bearing here, also coated in a single layer of gold, but since it's covered in so many scratches and imperfections, it's not come out quite nice. Those are the slingshot ammo I showed before. We'll also be doing some other stuff in the future. Chunky ingot bar that I've made in the past, out of silver and tin, silver solder recovery. And probably be doing a spring. I'll probably chuck that in now, see what that comes up like. Might as well. Hopefully it'll plate quickly. Even with the mask on, I can still smell the chemicals. It's not nice. Not sure if this spring is plating or what. Give it a few seconds and we'll see. Drag it over a few times. Seems to be having issues plating. Not sure if the copper plate has immediately evaporated because the voltage is too high and the metal too thin. That is a possibility. I have experienced this before. Thin metals require much lower voltage, or higher, depends if it's an alloy. These springs may be unplateable. Unless they need an acid treatment, I can also try that. Now there would be plating on this by now most likely. And I can't see any yet. No. Seems to be not plating. Interesting. Maybe it needs an acid bath. That seems most likely. Well, at least I know. Interesting. Let's quickly plate another one of them small bolts. Nuts. Keep getting that wrong. Nuts and bolts. These are tiny little things. But they do plate immediately, apparently. Whoops. Nearly ended up in the cyanide. That would not be good. Try and angle it down a bit so you can see a bit better. For some minutes. I'll be ending the video soon anyway, as my usual. I always keep it under 20 minutes if I can. Or just over. So this would be 22 carat electroplating of nuts, I guess. Should make for nice hex-shaped goodies anyway. Likely stack well also. Okay, well, that'll do. As you can see, very nice gold plating on them. I'll post the results in the thumbnail. Till next time.